Hiya, kids and cadets. Welcome back to Tommy Time. Appreciate you coming out. So what we have here is a Craftsman M100. I believe it's a 2020. And it is a 2020. I'll give you the engine model number in a bit. This one came in a big group that I just got in Palmetto, Florida. I had shown you initial video. This one was sitting right here. The recoil was not bolted down. So I might have misled you guys in the pricing. It was more than $100. I paid 10 for standard pushers. There was 2 machines with bags. I paid 15 each for those. And at the end of the sale, I had bypassed 4 mowers because they were locked up or rough. I ended up taking 2 more because she said she was just going to scrap them, so I paid 5 each for those. And then I got 6 2-cycle machines. One weed whip, the other were Echo and Craftsman blowers. So I already been looking this thing over. I had shown you this initially because the front wheels were missing. The wheel bushing is rusted to the spindle. There's tape on the other side. I don't know why there's gray tape. Let me get a razor and just get rid of that tape, and we'll discuss what I've already done. I already had a chance to start on this project. I figured with that bushing rusted, that may be the main issue. It was ditched, but I found other things wrong with it. There was no oil in the crankcase. I kind of tipped it over and spun the blade. Blade looked like it was bent, so then I thought with the recoil already off, I took off the flywheel, and we had a sheared keyway, which I'll show you. It was probably 30 degrees off. We had done one a little while ago. It was 90 degrees off. This one wasn't so bad. So when I had seen the blade was bent, I had picked a mark on the bottom of the mower and watched each tip pass it. It gave me a clue to check the keyway. Plus, I pulled, or no, I spun the flywheel, and it felt like I didn't have compression. Then I went to town on disassembling it. So that was the issue with the flywheel. So the tape's off, and it's just down to the axle. I don't know why they gooped it up with tape. So this side's ready to go. The other side, I gotta put my acetone ATF mixture on it. I'll let that sit overnight, and hopefully it busts it free. I mix up a batch 50-50 and then put it in a dropper bottle to get it on there. So keyway in 2 pieces, zinc keyway, just sheared it off, so they ran into something. I figured since I was that far into it, I would take the valve cover off and check the valves. Valves were loose. I put them into specs, so I Saw the gasket here was all blown out. Somebody had it off, and they put a bunch of RTV to try to make up the difference all the way around here. They got RTV. So I just stole another one off a dead machine, a machine I had with broken connecting rod, no compression. So I put that on there. So I think we're up to date. No oil in it. We got to put some junk oil. I'm not going to put oil in it, good oil, until I know we're free and clear. The other thing is somebody took the spring here off of the linkage for the kill wire. So I got to come up with another spring, probably on the same junk engine that I stole the gasket off of. So we're real close to trying to start this. Let's put some junk oil in here. If it runs, I'll pour this out. May have a vibration in the blade. If that's the case, I'll pull the blade off and straighten out the shaft with a 3-pound hammer. Luckily, it's the long shaft on this one, and I can get a good swing on it. It's harder to do the baby 20s. They have a smaller shaft. Probably going to need more oil in that. Yeah, I'm just at the bottom mark. So I hope you guys doing good. Nice day today, sunny. Breeze out of the north. Got my shorts on, feels fine. I'm not complaining. No complaining at Tommy time. Okay, that oil's questionable. It's kind of milky. It might be from some of the engines I've been getting recently that have been submerged. So we had two, the $5 machines. One I was able to break free with a little 50/50 acetone ATF. The other one that was completely submerged with the rusty deck. I still have not been able to break that one free, but the one with the Pulsa jet style carb, I kept working it and broke it free. We'll have to check that one out. It might lack compression, but I only gave 5 for them, so I'm not going to cry. This is a $10 unit. Here, I'm not going to cry if this one blows up. I just basically got to sell one to get my money back. Pretty much. And I think the tank's empty on this. So no oil and no gas. They may have put it out at the street, knowing what the garbage men require. They don't want gas or oil in these. But as I mentioned before, this stuff gets picked up way before the garbage men, scrappers, are left and right. So it looks like there's something in there. A paper towel. Let me grab a. I got a hook here that I can grab it with. Somebody stuffed a paper towel in there. Was that to sop up the gas? I could try to take compressed air and try to force it to the top. It's always something on live television. Who's coming to town? JetBlue. Let me get the cap out of the way. Maybe that'll help me. Nothing like wasting time on something silly. Oh, that did it. Okay, hold on. This is turning into a catastrophe. I might have to grab my needle nose if I can't get my hook back. Okay, hold on. Go get a donut and a Mountain Dew. I'll return here in a moment. So I was kind of surprised to see the amount. United's coming to town. Everybody wants to come to Southwest Florida. Paper towel. Okay, enough of that nonsense. What are we going to do? We're going to put some starter fluid in the intake. Put the recoil back on. I gave it a good enough shot that that's not going to evaporate. Let me grab three screws. Okay, I'll take them from this Craftsman Gold 625. Which has rat damage. Okay, I already stole one of these for another project, so I gotta walk around and steal one more. This Murray. The Murray on a Boland's deck. Okay, Let's pull and see if we got action. Let me double check. Okay, we're clear of the blade. I just want to start a sawmill. Okay, we can do it. Geez, so much to just get this thing prepared to start. One, two. I could hear it fire off. So we out of the woods. I'm gonna put gas in it. Just sounds funny. Took care of the keyway. Only thing we didn't do is clean the carb. Valves are set. Okay, that should be enough to try. It did kick off, but it just didn't sound like it had any power. Probably needs carb work anyway. Who knows how long it's been sitting. Okay, started and ran kind of weak. Let me mess with the throttle. Okay. There was no spring over here on the governor arm. And I tried moving the linkage here, but I couldn't budge it to ground out the coil wire. That's why I reverted to the plug wire. Oh, that's hot. So this thing was missing a couple of things. So it finally kicked off and idled. So I reached under the tank, found the tab here, then I was feeling up and I couldn't feel a spring, but I could feel the rod. So how I was doing it, it was just moving the linkage to give it some speed. So the same engine that I stole the gasket off of, I can grab the spring. They're all the same on these overhead valve engines. So yeah, see the cable here is bound up. I was trying to move it. It's not moving. There's no spring here, but the cable is probably got some crap on it. It doesn't look like it's rusty. It's just stuck. So gonna need some stuff. Spring there, spring here. Address that rusty bushing. Let me put you up here. I'll give you the engine number. I may go through the carb anyway. Like I've mentioned before, I like to send them out with a clean carb. It doesn't take much to get these off. I don't want any bringbacks in case there is any water or junk in the carb. I want to send it out fresh. So the model number for this engine, 0 Papa, 09 Papa, 6020137 Frank 1. And like I said initially, it's a 2020, so not a very old machine, made in USA with global materials. I'll give you the Craftsman model number. The 11 Alpha dash Bravo Oscar Bravo Yankee 793. Data manufacturer, 8th month of 2020. Serial 1 Kilo 210 Kilo 90120. Craftsman MTD LLC, beautiful Cleveland, Ohio. Okay, so I'm happy with this. Kind of plowed through, you name it, for issues this thing had it. And we're not done yet. I'm going to turn it over and make sure the blade isn't bent. That'll be on the agenda. So anyway, that's all for you guys for today. This is the first one of my truckload of junk mowers that we looked at, the 2020 Crafty. You guys have a nice day. Please tip your waitress and their hardworking wait staff. Adios, amigos.